when we're working on the book. And this image here, you can see, I had originally conceived that for the cover, but the publishing company decided they liked an interior illustration better, and they ended up using that. The Emperor's New Clothes was written by the Danish author Hans Christian Andersen and was first published in 1837. Let me just make that a little bigger so it's easier for me to read and for you to see. Oop. There we go. Similar tales have been written in many cultures around the world, with each version being a little different, depending on where and when it was written. Hans Christian Andersen's version was set in Denmark and meant to be a satirical story about the hypocrisy and snobbery he saw in high society, and also about having the courage to tell the truth. The theme is as relevant today as ever. Vanity can make people go to great extremes to impress others, and it can make them look downright silly. I've set my story in an imaginary kingdom where emperor penguins, walruses, albatross, seals, and polar bears all live and shop together. And this is the cast of characters. Here's Paul, the emperor, Radford, Frostbite, and Tusks. There once lived an emperor. When he was young, the other kids made fun of him. Check out those pants and that bow tie. After he became emperor, he grew obsessed with looking totally cool. And how would he achieve that? Clothes! The emperor had a different outfit for every hour of every day. But he was never able to achieve total coolness. Does this robe make me look short? He searched all the shops in town, but nothing seemed cool enough. Then he found a store he'd never seen before. Hello, I'm Paul Rogue, and this is my brother Radford. Our clothes are made with a special formula that makes them invisible to anyone who's not totally cool like you. So you'll always know who's cool and who isn't, added Radford. I'll take 'em. The emperor handed over his platinum card. The two rogues told the emperor they'd get right to work buying gold thread and silk to weave his new clothes. But they didn't. They just shopped online for themselves, yachts, vacation houses, jewelry, and fancy clothes. The next day, the emperor decided to send someone to check on his new clothes. I need to send someone cool enough to see them, he thought. He decided on Frostbite, his chief counselor of cool. The rogues described the colors and patterns. Frostbite couldn't see the clothes, but he didn't want anyone to know. What do you think? Asked Paul. They're cool as a blizzard, said Frostbite, and that's what he told the emperor. With the emperor's money, the rogues bought more and more stuff for themselves. After a few more days, the emperor decided to send Tusks, his chancellor of Chill, to see how the weaving was coming along. What do you think? Asked Paul. Tusks couldn't see the clothes either, but he said, they're as cool as an Arctic breeze. And that's what he told the emperor. Soon the emperor's clothes were the talk of the town. The emperor decided he had to see for himself. He and his top advisors went to visit the shop. They stared at the empty loom. Well, do you like them? Asked Tusks. Don't you just love them, Emps? Asked Frostbite. Uh-oh, thought the emperor. If I can't see the clothes, maybe I'm not cool. Finally, the emperor declared, I love them! They'll be perfect for the royal parade tomorrow. The rogues pretended to work all night. They set up spotlights so everyone could see how busy they were. They pretended to take the material down from the loom. They used needles without thread. They swung scissors in the air, and in the morning they announced, the clothes are ready. The rogues arrived at the palace with a big box and pretended to pull out the new clothes while the emperor took off his old ones. "See the pants?" said Paul. "Here's the robe," said Radford, "woven with silk so light you'll think you're wearing nothing at all." The rogues pretended to put each new garment on the emperor. "Wow, they fit perfectly. What patterns, what colors. You look totally cool," gushed Frostbite and Tusks. "Best dressed list, here I come," thought the emperor. It was time for the parade to begin. Tusks and Frostbite pretended to hold the emperor's train in the air. No one in the crowd would admit that they could see nothing. Everyone said, "What patterns, what colors. He looks totally cool." But at last, a little girl cried out, "But he has nothing on!" Soon everyone agreed that, in fact, the emperor was parading down the street completely naked. "What can I do?" thought the emperor. "I can't stop now." And so he paraded through the streets in the world's coolest clothes, which did not exist at all. The end.
Yay! I know you can't hear everybody else, but anybody who wants to say something can put a chat in the chat box. Thanks so much for reading that book.
Okay.
All the kids in North Carolina are clapping. Says I think is their teacher, Mr. Crook. So thank you so much. And everybody, just so you know, there are activity ideas you can do that go along with this book that are on the website. And you can also, 2-year-old just said, "Yay!" I'm from California. And you also can buy a copy of Mr. Harper's book as well. So just go to Beautiful Books for Children and search for emperors or cool, and you should have that review pop up and be able to click on a link to go get it on Amazon and also look at those activities. So Thank you so much again for taking the time to stop by and read your story. I have recorded it. Do you want me, when the recording is available,